Hi, this is Ken. So this is an optical illusion card that I did that people seem interested in. So we're gonna see a making of this card. Um, what I think we're gonna do is I'm gonna make a blank card of this, and then we're gonna do a montage of the actual making of this card, the coloring and the decoration. So the base of this card is the slider box, and we're going to use the piece that is for the sleeve of the slider box. We're going to cut two pieces of it, and then we're going to trim off the smaller tabs. There are three smaller tabs on here. This is the long one, and then there's two smaller ones up top. We're going to trim it off. And then we're going to score this box. From each end, we're going to score 1 inch and 1/8. Oh, how do you say this? 1 inch and 1/8 inch from each side. So we're scoring that, and then we're going to burnish the score because it needs to be pretty flexible. So make sure you burnish it well. And after that, here I'm gonna mark. We're gonna cut off. So these two small squares, and then taper the tab in the middle. Going to trim that off, and here we have two pieces of this, and they're going to form the pop-up. What I forgot to did was to mark the front and back side of this white version, this blank card. So what happens is if you're looking at both pieces and they have A and B side, what we're taping together is going to be A against a B. So basically, when they're put together, it's going to be A side with an A side behind it, and then the opposite of it is B side and B side. So it's literally just as simple as that. It's A side facing one way, B side facing the other. So here we're just going to take scotch tape and tape it together. And I would recommend decorating before you do this. But if you have something close to the edge, make sure it's not completely glued down, or else you're going to have trouble putting it together. So once we have this all decorated and taped together, we're going to have our card is going to be an A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But for the inside, we're going to do what was it? It was going to be 4 and 5 1/4. That's going to be the inside liner piece, which we're going to insert our pop-up into. So here we have it. I'm going to trim that piece in half. So it's 4 and 5 1/4 each piece. Then we're going to have to cut two slits for the bottom tab to go in. And how that's going to work is you're going to measure from the top and the bottom 1 1/2 inch from each side. And then from the edge in, it's going to be 1 inch deep. So if you look at that. Okay, here, it's easy if you just take the trimmer and mark it to 1 inch and then measure down to 1 1/2 inch and 1 1/2 inch, and you're just going to cut this slit in the middle. So if your trimmer has the 1 inch on the right hand side, it makes it really easy. You mark it to 1 inch and then measure 1 inch, 1 1/2 inch up and down. So now you have two slits, and You can see it uses a one A4 size piece of paper perfectly. So we're going to put the pop-up into this backing piece. We're going to tape it in before we glue it into the A2 card. So you just insert the tabs into this this slot, and fold the tab back. Make sure it's all even, and then we're just going to take Scotch tape again and tape it down on both sides. And then we're gonna, I'm not gonna do it here, but basically we're just gonna glue it or tape it into the A2 card, and it's gonna pop up just like that. So here's a look at what I did. I used the poinsettia and the snowman. I used the circle, but you can also use the snowman. I think it's an add-on, but basically I decorated one side with the poinsettia. I cut all of these out of blank white cardstock and colored them all. And then you just have to find the perfect placing and then trim off the top and bottom, because you obviously can't have a piece sticking out from the side or the top, or the illusion doesn't work. So arrange them all and cut out your two sides. And then this is where I had the Merry Christmas. I used the chameleon pen, putting the label together. I was going to put this on the inside, but I decided to put it on the outside of the card. So here it's glued in, and it works. Make sure you watch your pattern paper and the direction as well. So here we go. Here is what it looks like on one side, and on every odd turn it's going to flip. So 1, 3, 5, 7, it's going to flip from one design to the other. If you go even, it's going to be the same design. So here we go. You can see it very clearly how it is one design on one side and one on the other. Very simple. And just use the slider box and decoration pieces. So thank you for watching, and I hope you make your own.